from party itself, let's look at Perikatan Nasional. So some analysts do point out that among partners in Perikatan Nasional, that government Bersatu is seen as the weakest link, and it's the only reason it's still in the advantage at the moment because the party president is the current prime minister. What do you think about that take?
Bersatu might be seen as the smallest among all, but we are the most progressive thus far among all the Malay parties. We are more, I think, nimble, we are more flexible, and we are more open. If you could see that, even like myself, and few others, we are even Armada, the youth could become chief divisions in certain places. Yeah, so you can see that Bersatu is more open. We are not colored by legacy issues or controversies like what happened in other parties, and I believe this would create more positive vibe for Malay youth especially to come and join us so that we can become an alternative for the constituents.
What do you think about the reaction by Umno president, after the verdict? Do you think that was it expected? Was it something that, what do you think of that? Personally,
we were caught off guard, definitely, from my personal point of view. But nonetheless, we do understand why President of Umno made such statement, given the tension at the grassroots level in Umno party itself with regard to, for example, having Bersatu on board. But I think if you notice, both leaders in Bersatu and Umno, they were together before. They know each other very well. They have personal bond, and I believe they can manage the differences and strike a consensus with regard to the way moving forward in Pakatan Nasional.
In view of the upcoming Sabah state election, how will the parties within the Pakatan Nasional or Membentuk Nasional work in the seat allocation? Do you think that Sabah Bersatu, Sabah Bersatu intends to contest in 45 out of 73 seats in the state? That has drawn a rebuke from Umno, and you have also openly rebutted the response by Umno's information chief and deputy youth leader Shahril Hamdan on this. Now most leaders from Sabah were formerly from Umno. However, in this case, how will Bersatu and Umno work in facing the impending election in Sabah? Will Bersatu make way and possibly see both Umno and Bersatu contesting the same seats and risk losing the state election?
Yeah. I just came back from Sabah last night, and I've been there for 3 days. I went down to all interior areas like Beluran, Tenom, and from my discussion with Armada and also Bersatu leaders there, I can see that they are hopeful that Bersatu will become a main driver in this coming state election. Why? Because as I rightly said in my statement against Saudara Shahril Hamdan, from outsiders' point of view, they do not understand how big Bersatu is in Sabah. We have 500 cawangan or branches, and we have about 25 divisions and thousands of members. In fact, it's the largest group throughout Malaysia. So definitely the popularity of Bersatu in Sabah is quite big and is a force to be reckoned with. So I believe what has been said by the head of the state, Datuk Seri Panglima Haji G, is just a statement, not something that he would like to bulldoze through right away. We are ready for negotiation with UMNO and other parties in Sabah, and hopefully we can arrive at consensus that there will be at least two corner fights against Warisan. I know it will be a bit challenging internally speaking for us to manage this, for example, especially the seat negotiation, but I think the top leaders, if you can see the photo ops, they've been sharing almost on weekly basis. We are moving on the right direction. Yeah, I think we have learned the mistakes done by Pakatan Harapan before, where squabbles are being made public. I think this time around, although we do have some public tension, but Bersatu Muhyiddin Yassin, being a statesman himself, I think he managed to handle all the component parties, and hopefully with his popularity at the highest level, especially after the trial, we can really convince Malaysians at large that for the next term, please vote for Perikatan Nasional.
Well, then, of course, within Perikatan Nasional, there are quite a number of those who are still having cases in the court. I think how will this affect even in the upcoming election?
Again, as how it was stated by the Prime Minister himself, we believe in rule of law, we champion this, and definitely we allow the court to decide the cases. And we will not compromise about this. We try our best to ensure the public that our system, our judiciary is free from any intervention from the executive, and I think we have proven that.